Yeah, this rain for poor man's outdoors. Sitting along here, this old cornfield that's growed up. Ain't had no corn in a couple of years. Sid, a guy out of Oklahoma, he sent me a trail cam. He felt sorry for me, I guess, so he sent me one. So I got to use it here the last week. I've set it out along here. I know coyotes and stuff's been in here. An old house cat, I've seen his tracks and stuff. Set that trail cam out. Oh, it's been 4 days. Of course, it's been thawing, freezing, raining, and snow and everything the last 4 days here. Hadn't seen nothing until last night. Last night here I had a old house cat went through once, and a couple of rabbits running around in here. Then it was up, I think 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. There was a bobcat come up through here. And then it was probably 30 minutes and he come back through. And then it was, well, that was in the morning. What was it, 4:50 or something, 2 come through, bobcats. And then one come back there in about 30 minutes, and they was gone a couple, 3 hours, I think. It was, I think 6:10, I think, this morning, and there was 3 cats come back through here, bobcats. So I ain't got no bobcat lure or nothing. I've had different one ask me, and like me, man, I ain't got the stuff. So I'm gonna try to make what I call blind sets for them. And then I'll dig a dirt hole over here, unless that old coyote comes back through. I'll kind of decorate, try to make a 3 passage, and just to watch them and see on. I'm gonna try to set my camera up where I can kind of see what's going on, and maybe that'll let other people kind of know too. So I'll get with it. I'm gonna try to set this and use that old stuff I've got there. I ain't got no lures or nothing like that, so I've got to figure out how to make them go where I want them to go. Anyway, so I'm gonna get with this, and it's muddy right now, and it's supposed to freeze again tonight. So like when I set, if I'm using traps, I always use my freeze-proof boards. You can look over on the other videos and look at them where I've got the flyer. I think shows you how to set them deep and stuff like that. And the other videos, and then here's a good place. I got trees over here to this side, you know, from a tie wires to tie down, because I've watched videos here the last few weeks there on YouTube, and they're hollering the stake's been pulled out of the ground. That's the reason I always like to tie mine. Even if I stake, I always use wire and run to a tree or a bush or something. I've got one of them over there that shows you how I make a rig up where I tie it to a limb, like a spring system that way, and then tie on down to the tree. That way, a coyote gets in it or whatever gets in it, don't jerk the foot out. That limb will give up and down, and that keeps them from jerking out so easy. So anyway, I'm gonna get with this here and try to get this all set up. Yeah, as you see in here, I'm making my bed out here. I'm kind of on a high spot, really. I don't really like it that good, but I'm gonna use that to funnel my cats over on the other side. Or try to, is the ideal. This old ground's hard. It's still about froze down underneath there. That up here out of the way. Where it's set in there good and solid. So take that bank out just a little. Take this out just a hair up here like he dug. That old ground's hard. Can't hardly get nothing out of that thing. So, I always use for backup. I always think of something. Get this out here a little more since I lowered that. I like that there when I use these, so that's good and solid around there. But it barely fits in there. Get that corner out. I want that ground level. Since it's going down, I'm going to slope that just a little. Get him in there. That looks pretty good. Packing this thing, when it freezes and thaws, that thing just is solid, it won't move. That's what I like about them. And you don't have no loose dirt around the edges. That way. That way I can build my ground out here kind of like I want. Build that ground out. And like I say, that old ground, I can't dig a hole. So what I done, I got my little flower pot. It's a little bitty flower pot. I just angle that up. You do have bait in, you put that and it still gives an eye appeal. So you take that and you get your little clump or two. Kind of throw up under there. You gotta fill it back in. And then I'll cover with sawdust. Get this good and level up here. That old mud's hard to work with. I can do it. And I set that trap, the pedal will be right there, that hole, about 9 inches for a coyote. And I picked up some of this old stuff I had there, coming down across the field here, so I have to make something up. Okay, I'm gonna make this and where he can come in 2 ways. Try to get this where I'll leave that, and then if a cat comes into it, that way I have a chance for him too. I'm just going to block that one way because when I get done with my other sets, I'm going to run them across here, across this deal, or hopefully. So I'm going to leave him 2 ways to come in. He'll come in here and there. Get me some more mud over here in this corner. So I'll pull that back. And then I'll make me a deal there I'll show you here in a minute. This way this ground's kind of level. That there needs to be packed down a little more. Solid. Crap here. I'm going to use sawdust. It don't freeze too bad. It does freeze tonight. Let's leave it all roughed up around there. Here needs to be down well. Swept that up out of the floor. Got all kinds of crap in it. I just like to leave that rough around it. And I have. Just pile that on there. Sawdust won't freeze that much. Build me a little ridge over here. Like I said, I got that old stuff, some old brush. So I'm gonna take that, put it over here. Old grass crap. Stand back there. All that up. And since I've got my container there, I want to put that up there. Make him a hole. That way you still come in this way too. You can come in this way. Or you come in this way if it comes from the other direction. I'll leave that there for a stepping stick. Stepping stick. That way when he steps over it, about 6 inches. Put a little more in there where the pedal would be, where it'd be a little higher, that way you'll know. That's where the pedal would be sticking up a little, so it needs to be. Okay. That one there is pretty well got that one. I'm gonna put my blinds right in here. I've got some weeds laying down, so I'm gonna get me some more of them. Right down there. Kind of throw that up there. There's a trail path right through there. I'll bend this all over. Right in here. Pull some of this out. And I'll get me some and I'll put over on that other side. And I'll try to, there's a track right through here. Old tar track. And then I'll skip and I'll scoop me another and over here. And then that way he can go to my whole set, or you can come through either one of these paths here. I think is what I'm going to try to do. So anyway, I'll get my other stuff ready. Okay, well I got me some more of that old stuff. It's just where they bush hog along this edge. So it kind of fits. I use them weeds there. I'm going to put my dummy in here. The ground's muddy. It'll freeze back tonight, guarantee it. I won't tear that up too much there, because I'll have to bend that back in. So you want your jaws, you want that level with the ground going uphill. It's down. You want your springs about even with your pile here. Because you can like make a little dirt hole right back up in there. Of course I can't do it. Might be able to cover it up and throw it down in there. Just make a little hole. Then you could put bait. Just kind of use that and cover it. Right in there like that. Little stick out of there. Keep your path all cleaned. We want that cleaned out. So I bed that back in a little bit. That's solid. That's and then I say just take that old mud, just pack it back, because it's going to freeze again tonight. Of course, like I say, if you dug them traps out like that other video, this is deeper in there where that trap never touches the ground. We'll use some of this old dirt I got out of there, level that back up. Sides I ain't going to worry about. See, I just need a little funnel here. Gotta keep this ground where it's kind of level. And I'll clean this out for a draw path. And that freezing, that there solid. Well, I got mud on my hands now. Get that over. And I get that all in there. And like I say, if you just lay that up, don't pack that, when that trap goes off in there, it'll pull that right out of there when that goes off. Okay. Push that down. Back out this deal. Cover that up where the trap goes. Bring it on out a little. Take it on through there a little where it kind of blends. I'm just putting that on there, and if they step in it, that way it'll show you it go. If they's trapping or through. So now I just scoot this right back over. You got your little hole, so if you had bait, you can put back in there. And then I want this. There's the edge of my deal. There's my center of my trap. Wanted about 6 inches. Scoot this back over. Back up there. That if it comes from the other way. Now find me something to put over on this side. There's my center, about 6 inches, so I need something. I'll move that where he can kind of come up through there. Stick here. About 6 inches. Let's see. Now, like I say, if you had urine or whatever, you could put in here. Of course, if you had bait, you put there in that little dirt hole. Whatever. So there's one stuff. I use this to cut out with. That way, when you set your trap 1.5, that's 1.5 right here. It kind of gives you an idea where you dig out, and you don't tear a bunch of ground up extra. That's what I like about this. You just take that, cut that right out of there. That way you don't loosen your ground up around it much. It just seems like it helps. You just take that right out of there. That's an invention I made 18 years ago. I made that back. Me and Dad trapped all the time. That way that trap will set right in there and you don't tear up so much stuff. It makes it look a little more natural. So I'll use that as my trap. So then you just take that, my trap. That level with my ground. No sticks there. They're used to walking on sticks, so I ain't gonna mess with that a whole lot. Let's see if we got a piece of plastic for that. Got a little piece here. I may leave that sticking up for an eye catcher. Since he's sticking up there, I'll just leave him for an eye catcher instead of a hole. I'll just use him for that. That can be an eye catcher there, blowing in the wind. That'll make him stop, maybe. I gotta get me some more sawdust. A little bit, but keep that. Okay, I'm gonna leave that one. I ain't gonna put no stepping sticks in that one because I got this little deal here. Got a little hole back in there. Come poke a hole right in there. With your finger. That old mud there, it's got a little bitty hole. Now let's get this back over. So I'm gonna leave that over there, so I got that blind over there too. I think I'll leave that up. Give it a little eye peel there for him. That scrapes up my old crap. Like I say, this is going to freeze back tonight. So I ain't too worried about it. They may not stir. I know they come through this morning. Some people say they stir every 3 days or something. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Like I say, when you ain't got no bait or anything, this is what I call poor man blind set. And then I've got to add some salt paper or something up here for something to flag, but I got to get it, so I'm going to put that motion camera back up. Well, there you can see where the weed's kind of coming out, and I've got that one there with the steps on it. and then you just come right on across it. I've got a block there in the middle. Got a block in the middle there. Now I've got my other set. The other set. Block. And then into the third hole. Set here I got all camoed up. I can't see nothing because of the viewfinder. Yeah, this is about 15 feet from them traps set there. This right here is an old thorn tree. I'm gonna put some toilet paper, tie it out here. I can't put it back there because my motion on my camera would go off. So I'm a little bit out here to get a little action maybe. Yeah, if he comes around that corner up there where that goes around, he may see it. If he's over on that other hill, across there, there's a dip. If he's over on that hill over there, he may be able to see this, may draw him in here. And maybe if he's looking at this, he may not mess with my traps too much. So anyway, I'm gonna set my camera up, see if we can see anything tonight, see I don't know if they'll stir again or not. I guess we'll find out. Well, I'm back down here. I come down yesterday morning. It was froze, but didn't get a thing on my camera. So I'm just coming down here to see what we're done. It froze again last night. See if there's anything been down here. I'm just going to show you here. I got my camera set right in the middle of the road here. Now I'm going to go on down here and see if we got anything in them things. Looks like something down here. Looks like a cat. It's awful small. It may have been one of them kids, or it could have been an old house cat. There ain't no telling. Like I say, in these kind of sets here, you're liable to catch a dog, coon. Not catch anything because I ain't using no lure bait or nothing. It's just kind of walkthroughs and holes and whatever. It looks like a cat, but it's round. But like I say, I can't tell. It could, like I say, it could be anything. But it did throw. You can look down in there, and it froze last night. So, like I say, that paper don't bother them. Them jaws would have throwed. So I'm gonna go and check these other two and see if they've done anything. That here don't look like anything, but I got one over here. I don't know what it is. Looks kind of like a cat or something over here. It's a bigger track over there, it looks like. Oh yeah, that's. See the paper, it moved here. He stepped over my stick right there, and now he's set right there. Well, he got 3 sets in there, should have just been 2. I don't know what it done for sure. Done something, there's another set right there. I don't know what now, that's like it turned around or something, I can't really tell. But he would have definitely thrown it though, see that. So anyway, I guess if we know he's in here and I just want to see if that's if I'm traps to throw in this show. I'm just trying to show you that plastic don't bother them really, them nose free traps I make. So anyway, until next time, I guess I'm out of here. So if you don't care, run over to Poor Man's Outdoors Facebook and maybe give us a like over there. Till next time, we're out of here.